Welcome back to the channel. So over the last few months since my last form work video, I've made quite a lot of really good changes. So I'm excited to show that to you. I'm going to show you that first, and then we're going to get into what we're working on today. So here's what I've been working on. Okay, here's my form from the last form video that I put out. You can see when we get to the release here, or just after the release, how my front leg, my brace leg, is bent, not straight at all. My upper body has sort of crossed over this central line here, and my chest and everything is like really open to the target. My head sort of pointing down the target line. I'm basically just following the disc down the fairway. I'm not stopping with any form of brace or to transfer that energy to the disc. So then into kind of the intermediate points where I'm working on this, you can see I'm doing sort of like one steps here, and as I get that foot planted, I then try to get the knee straightening as I get through impact to sort of stop that momentum, get some bracing working there. So starting to look a lot better there. And then can see quite a bit better from this front on angle here, where when we get into just after that same release position, can now see that this leg is significantly straighter. My body is now stopped kind of behind that leg, and my chest is much more square to the target here. So as I go through, I'm sort of staying back and transferring that energy into the disc. And then here we are where we're at now after a few more months of working on this. Let's try to... There we go. So the foot plants, front leg straightens, and then the body sort of stays back. It doesn't, I'm not following the disc down the fairway, so I'm transferring that energy into the disc. So just much better bracing in general, but then also trying to not just brace with the front leg, and then also bracing with the upper body so that I can really transfer that energy into the disc there. Now that I'm feeling confident with those changes, here's what I'm working on now. I'm going to put up my action plan that Nick's given me from my latest lesson. Going to put that up so you can see what I'm working on now. Okay, so here's what we're working on now. So get into this. So happy with what I've been working with on the brace. So going to carry on sort of making sure that those feelings get cemented. But then what I'm looking at now is carrying on with those same things, but then you can see when I get to this position where I've started to start my X step here, or sorry, started to start my my final step, can see my head is already sort of back here. My shoulders are, if anything, they're slightly closed off to the target now already, and I'm kind of starting my reach back with the disc. So if we watch that position that the disc is in now, as I do my final step, I get to basically full extension here, where my foot is nowhere near where it's gonna finally plant in the end, and then it gets dragged along here until I actually start my pull through. So basically what I want to work on here is improving the reach back timing so that I can hopefully get a bit more efficient power, and hopefully that works. So that's one of the things we're going to work on today. Okay, going to move on to the next lot of standstills, where I'm going to be focusing on trying to keep the body back as I pull through. So trying to keep the body back, and send the arm forward and increasing the power a little bit. So aiming out to the goal there that is 80 meters away. So that was a good one. Kept the body back well. Would be good if I can keep the body back, but still get my weight onto the front brace leg. So let's try that now. There we go. That was a pretty good one. Good power on those too. Okay, so now we're progressing up to a one step, which I'm trying to get to feel kind of like I plant, and then I'm doing like a left-handed baseball swing. So I'm staying back and down and driving the arm forward, driving the hips forward. Oh. That was a good one. Right, gonna really try to feel like once the foot hits, the body stops again and doesn't leak forward to the target like this. Even if it means that I end up sort of launching the disc up in the air. Nice. So, sorry, the sound got really bad here. So now we've got post-production Matt doing the voiceover for this. But we're moving on to X steps here, and basically just trying to work the same feeling into the X step here. So trying to plant and then stop the upper body and not just over rotate and chase the disc down the fairway. So these tend to come out on quite a lot of hyzer for me. I think just something to do with the feeling of staying down and bracing and stopping my body just seems to make me throw it on a lot of hyzer, but not an issue for now. Second one was a bit better, still on a lot of hyzer, but a nicer release. And then going into the last one, I wanted to like really feel the stopping because I felt like I could feel my body going through the brace leg a little bit, and this was quite a nice one. So here's a little video. So you can see my body sort of stay back behind that white line that's on there, which is nice. Front brace leg working really well. So I was happy with that. Then moving into the last drill, this one is the X step, but this is where I'm trying to work on the reach back timing that I talked about earlier. So in the run up, I'm sort of trying to keep my eyes forward on my target rather than having my head sort of turn back early. So you can see me kind of trying to talk through that there. And then once I plant, then I'm sort of letting my eyes go, letting my body rotate, sort of all of that at the same time. So if you've ever tried to do this, it feels very, very uncomfortable. So this is kind of what I'm talking about here, and I'm just sort of trying to do as many practice reps as possible to just make it feel a little bit less uncomfortable. But yeah, going into the first one, doing another practice swing, then going into the first one. Oh yeah, I was trying to say on this that I'm also trying to feel quite snappy and quick with the reach back when it does eventually happen. So definitely like a sky hyzer on this one, but again, it's just a very, very uncomfortable feeling to sort of throw like this, but I do actually get it pretty quick. So this is the second one. Trying to feel the same feeling. I'm finding the keeping the eyes forward is something that I can do, so I'm really just sort of trying to focus on that. And this one was an absolute bomb. It was on a hyzer, but it was just, yeah, went a really, really long way for a pure hyzer, and I was quite shocked with how good it came out my hand. So on to the next one. Just try and do the same thing, and this was another good one. I actually got one of them out to about, I think it was like 360, 365, something like that, which, considering it's not good weather and first time trying this, I was really happy with that. Little replay here. If you just focus on how long my eyes stay on the target and how long my upper body stays square before it starts to rotate, and then that just delays my reach back. Looks a lot better than it did at the beginning, so happy with this. Happy with my work so far. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed seeing some of the changes that I've made over the last few months, and also hope you enjoyed seeing the new stuff that I'm going to be starting to work on over the next few months, probably. I'll keep working on this, keep working on the brace, the lower body, and just the general like speed of it now, really. And of course that timing bit that I was doing at the end, I was actually quite happy with how that worked out. So hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe if you want to see more, and see you in the next one.